Hello, this is Michael Williams. I'm here again with Miss Christina. And Christina, as some of you may remember, was one of my super clients, and she and we have an interview of her a few months ago at least. It's been I don't know how many months, but it's been 3, 4, 5 months or so since.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just wanted to do an update because I know that some of you who are watching are wondering, you know, when I go through this program, am I going to regress? Am I going to go back? Does it really stick? Does it really work? In fact, some people don't believe that you ever used to struggle with stuttering.
That's definitely a lie. I did. I sometimes
So
still do.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
Right. We all, yeah. And usually I say yes, I still get stuck sometimes, just like anyone else would. But I wanted to kind of catch up with you and really talk about two things because I know that you said that you have a meeting to go to. So, one of them was, what have you been doing to maintain and even improve your speech? And then two, I want you to tell us a little bit about this huge speaking event that you just did, and so we'll
Yeah.
talk about those. So, what have you been doing to maintain and improve your speech?
Okay. I'd say for maintenance, remembering, well, first of all, just like the basic remembering like what we practiced and how I practiced and how hard I worked to be able to speak well. And so I don't want to let all of that be wasted. And so just remembering like how hard it was, but how worthwhile it was, I think is one thing, because it's easy to sort of get lazy and be like, oh, I've made it. I don't need to do any more. But I think when you remember like sort of how far you've come, it reminds you like, no, I need to maintain this. And then also, I mean, every time I hear myself like slip back, even if it's just a little bit, I take that as an opportunity to really like say, okay, like, am I not confident right now? Like, do I need to maybe go back and practice something? And so just being very self-aware, even if other people can't really notice it. If I notice something, then I try and sort of do like a self checkup, I guess. And just like a mental thing, nothing, I'm not like writing in my journal or taking notes, but that could help too. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
do.
Now, do you ever go back and listen to any audio or watch any videos, or you're at the place now? Because sometimes we just get to a place where we don't need to do that, and we've
Um,
learned
I,
other things.
I don't go back and listen to the audio and videos, but I do go back and read my old journal entries.
Oh, very good.
Because I think it's really cool to sort of look back and see when, I made a small triumph or something, how proud of myself I was and
Hmm.
what I was doing in that moment to be able to sort of like make that victory. And so that always inspires me. And it's a reminder of like the practice techniques, but not in such an overt way, but in a way that still is effective for me.
Yeah, because one of the things that I remember when you were going through the coaching is that you, on a pretty regular basis, created and or took advantage of opportunities to use what you were learning. So in class, you would speak,
Mm-hmm.
take advantage of speaking opportunities to really put it into practice, right?
Yeah, and that's still something I'm doing. This semester, I'm taking a course that is public speaking intensive. So it's an opportunity to just like continue practicing my speech.
Yeah. So tell us about this big event that, in fact, I'll just tell you all. Her mother, your mother, sent me a text message. I guess the day of the event or something, and she was so incredibly proud and happy. She said, "I'm on cloud nine right now," and she told me some details about the event that I'll let you share. So, what was it? How many people were there? Whatever.
Yeah. So Let Me Speak is an event that goes on at my school that is produced or put on by 8 upperclassmen, and it's targeted towards the freshman class, and so the freshman class consists of at least like 600 people. So they're there, and then some like class deans and professors and parents and friends of ours are there as well. So probably like 700 at least people. Um, that I was performing in front of. And It's a series of monologues, people talking about their personal stories. So people talk about like what it's like to be an immigrant or what it's like to be to have like a suicidal mother and like really intense topics. And so I got the opportunity to talk about my experience with stuttering and how I felt silenced and then how I overcame that and found my voice. And so that's what I did. It was awesome. Definitely a really cathartic experience. And I think that that's important for anybody to really, I don't know, find a place where you can overcome it even at like a deeper level.
Mm.
Yeah.
So how did you prepare for that?
A lot of it was actually just writing the rough draft of the speech that I was going to do.
Mhm.
And that was the best preparation because you really got to, or at least I really got to articulate how like not speaking well made me feel and then how I overcame it and sort of remembering what that process was like, remembering how far I've come was just such a confidence booster. And then just rehearsing, memorizing it, practicing it in front of different people. Yeah.
Okay. And then the day of the event, and you were speaking, it was your time to speak. What were you thinking about while you were speaking? I know that
Mm,
was a trick question, but what were you thinking about while you were speaking?
that is when I really like kicked into gear about the things that you taught me, and I was not thinking about me. I was thinking about the fact that the audience needed to hear this story and that I wanted to tell it to them as smoothly as I could because I wanted them to understand. So I was not focused on me, and it was so hard, but I had to get into that like zone. Like this is really not about how I look, how I am even talking. It's just about me telling them a story that will inspire them.
Wow. Now, I
Yeah.
want everyone to know that we didn't go over this before this video. I really didn't know what you were going to say, but that was so. I, right now I actually have goose pimples because because that's it. You nailed it. You shift the focus from yourself. I mean, you prepare. You prepared. And again, when I
Yeah.
asked you that question, I didn't know what you were going to say, right?
No,
Just
yeah,
like when I
the
ask you,
rehearsal was not easy. I mean, I wasn't, sitting around like, oh, gonna give this big speech, whatever. Like,
yeah. So you practiced it. You wrote it down. You practiced, practiced, practiced. But then when you went out and you said it was hard, you shifted the focus to the audience. It was all about them.
mhm.
And obviously you were able to give a supreme performance from what your mother said. But awesome. Is there anything else that you want to share with people who are contemplating taking this step to do the coaching or even to do the self-study, and even people that are going through it now? What can you tell them so that they can stay motivated, stay on track and so?
It's just a great opportunity for growth. Like, not even, well, one in your speaking, but
Mhm.
two in just your confidence and how you think about your own story and sharing that. It's like it's an amazing experience, and I would recommend it to anybody who's contemplating it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Christina, and we'll probably touch base again in 6 months or a year,
Yeah, for
just,
sure.
just if I can even get in contact with you. You might be so far up there.
No.
But thank you so much for taking this time.
Thank you.